Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we will start with the embryology and we will start with the general embryology classes. So the general embryology deals with the formation of the germ cells, fertilization and first 4 weeks of development and development of placenta. So that is the order of the topics in the general embryology. We will start in this video with the spermatogenesis, formation of the sperms. So that is the first topic in the general embryology. Those who have not subscribed to the channel, do subscribe now and keep watching the videos to know about the continuation of the general embryology classes. We will now start. Define spermatogenesis. It includes series of cyclical changes for the conversion of the primordial male germ cells into spermatozoa. So it is the correct definition of the spermatogenesis, which may be asked as short notes. Where this spermatogenesis takes place. They take place in the seminiferous tubules in the testes. They are the essential structural units of the testes. So if you see the structure of the seminiferous tubule, each tubule consists of a basement membrane which is lined internally by the several layers of epithelial cells. These epithelial cells are the male germ cells. They are of two kinds, the male germ cells and also the supporting cells. They are called as Sertoli cells or the sustentacular cells. These two types of cells are present in the seminiferous tubule. If you observe the male germ cells, they are in various stages of development. So this is the cut section of the seminiferous tubule. You can observe it is lined by a basement membrane, and you can observe the two types of cells. They are the male germ cells in various stages, supported by the sustentacular cells. So what is the function of sustentacular cells? If you see this diagram, you can appreciate this light yellow color, that is the sustentacular cells. They are forming the adjacent extensions which are sealed by the tight junctions, so that these male germ cells are separated from the capillaries. So these are the male germ cells in the various stages of development. So what are the important functions of these Sertoli cells? If you tell, supporting, nourishment, so many things, but I consider this blood testis barrier is the important function of the Sertoli cells. So what do you mean by blood testis barrier? And simultaneously you should think whether any blood ovary barrier is present. No, there is no blood ovary barrier. Then what is this blood testis barrier? Why it is needed? That's the way we have to think. The male germ cells, the spermatogenesis, if you see the basic difference between the spermatogenesis and the oogenesis, the basic difference is the spermatogenesis starts at puberty. Oogenesis starts before the birth of the female. So the spermatogenesis starting at puberty, the male germ cells may be considered as foreign antigens in the male. So there is a need of blood testis barrier, and there is no such need of blood ovary barrier in the female. So that is that why the blood testis barrier is present, and that blood testis barrier is formed by the adjacent Sertoli cells which are joined together by the tight junctions. So these are the tight junctions. Through their basal cytoplasmic processes over the spermatogonia. These tight junctions form the blood-testis barrier, prevents entry of harmful substances from blood affecting the developing sperms, and also at the same time preventing sperms-related proteins to enter the circulation. So this blood-testis barrier is important. If you see one important aspect of the infertility, male infertility is, in some males, antibodies to sperms are formed. So that is one of the causes of male infertility. So the blood-testis barrier is important. Now we will come back to the spermatogenesis. It consists of 3 stages: spermatocytosis, meiosis 1 and 2, and spermiogenesis. So students should differentiate spermatogenesis and spermiogenesis. Spermatogenesis includes these 3 stages. So we will see one by one. Spermatocytosis. What is this spermatocytosis? Formation of spermatocytes. Then meiosis 1 and 2 will be present both in the oogenesis and in the spermatogenesis. They are same. The spermiogenesis is only present in the spermatogenesis. What is this? Is, if you see the first form spermatid, it is round in shape. It is converted into this now adult sperm-like appearance. That is the spermiogenesis. So we will now start with the spermatocytosis. Primordial germ cells are first present. They divide by mitosis, form dark type A spermatogonia, which act as the stem cells. Each dark type A cell gives rise to 2 daughter cells by mitosis. One is one dark type A spermatogonium and the other is the light type A spermatogonium. So this dark type A is kept as reserve, and light type A is more differentiated, undergoes mitotic division to form 2 type B spermatogonia. So spermatogonia are of 2 types, type A and type B. And type A are of 2 types, dark and light types. According to their appearance in the electron microscopy, they are called as dark and light type. So mitosis extends to produce about 4 generations of type B cells. Each type B cell further divides into 2 primary spermatocytes. So spermatocytosis we have completed. Then the first meiosis. Meiosis or reduction division affects each primary spermatocyte so that each one primary spermatocyte will give rise to 2 secondary spermatocytes. The secondary spermatocytes are consisting of 23 chromosomes are of 2 varieties. But if you compare the spermatogenesis and oogenesis, they contain equal amount of cytoplasm and are equally active. The secondary spermatocytes almost immediately complete the second meiotic division, resulting in the formation of the spermatids. So this is the difference between the spermatocyte formation and the oocyte formation. Primary spermatocyte divides into 2 secondary spermatocytes which are of equal size. In the oogenesis, one is small in size, that is first polar body. Meiosis 2, 4 spermatids. Here again these 3 polar bodies are formed. So this is the basic difference from the primary oocyte to the primary spermatocyte. Now the spermiogenesis. What is this spermiogenesis? This definition we can appreciate by the term. It is the metamorphosis of the spermatid into the spermatozoa. Complete change of the spermatids, which is spherical in shape and which is now transformed into a flagellated structure, that is the metamorphosis. So total morphological transformation of the spermatids into spermatozoa without further cell division is termed as spermiogenesis. So in this you can appreciate this is the starting of the spermatid, so which is now completely changed into the flagellated structure, that is the spermatozoa. So, and one more thing you should understand in this, only one flagellated cell in the human is the spermatozoa. So, what is this spermiogenesis? Rearranging its organelles. If you want to know simply, the spermatozoa, after its formation in the seminiferous tubule, has to take a long journey in the male genital tract and also in the female genital tract to reach the oocyte, which is in the fallopian tube. So it has to take a long journey. So it has to adapt itself, it has to change its structure, it has to rearrange its organelles, which are all important for it. So that is the way the spermiogenesis we have to understand. Each spermatid, like normal cells, possess spherical nucleus, Golgi apparatus, centrosome, numerous mitochondria, and abundant cytoplasm. So what are all these? Every cell will have its all these structures. So it is rearranging it. So that is the spermiogenesis. If you want to learn simply, I will tell. So how it is rearranging is, it has to shed its abundant cytoplasm. What is the prime motive of this spermatozoa? It has to give its chromosome material to the oocyte, simply which is present in the nucleus. So it has to take its chromosomes, but the cytoplasm is not needed for the spermatozoa. So it has to shed off all the cytoplasm, and it has to have this arrange this mitochondria for its energy, and it has to arrange this Golgi apparatus around this nucleus, which contains very much enzymes. So that is the way we will see this. First, Golgi apparatus. So it has many enzymes containing acrosomal granules. They all fuse and spread over the anterior pole of the nucleus, forming the head cap. So the head cap covers the 2/3 of the nucleus. Why this? You have to think why it is rearranging its Golgi apparatus. The oocyte is having many barriers. So when the spermatozoa has to reach the oocyte, it has to dissolve all the barriers like corona radiata, which we will learn in the oogenesis in the next video. So all these barriers have to be dissolved by the spermatozoa. So it is rearranging its Golgi before its head to form a cap, so that when it reaches the oocyte, first it releases its enzymes to dissolve this corona radiata. That is the function of this head cap. Then centrosome, it is dividing into two centrioles, so that it gives rise to the axial filaments of the body and tail of the spermatozoa. The two centrioles, they limit the middle piece. Posterior one forms the ring centriole. So around the middle piece, all the mitochondria, which are aggregated in a spiral manner, form the mitochondrial sheath. Finally, the spermatid elongates and nucleus is evaginated from the cytoplasm. This is very much interesting. Why a spherical cell is elongating into a flagellated cell, spermatozoa, but remains within the cell membrane, constituting the head of the spermatozoa. So nucleus is forming the head. Head is containing the chromosomal material. That is the very important part of the spermatozoa. So this is the diagrammatic representation of the seminiferous tubules and its germ cells and the supporting cells. So this we have completed this spermiogenesis. Now we will see the time frame of the spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis, the whole process. Spermatocytosis requires about 16 days. Meiosis 1 8 days. Meiosis 2 16 days. Spermiogenesis about 24 days. You have to understand this. So many cycles of seminiferous tubules will be taking place in the testis. At one part, spermatogenesis will run. At another part, another spermatogenesis. So it is like cycles of seminiferous tubules, cycles of spermatogenesis in the seminiferous tubule. So if you see the structure of a spermatozoon, a mature spermatozoon consists of head, neck, body or middle piece and tail or principal piece. And it measures about 50 microns in total length, out of which tail forms the 4/5. Head is about 4 microns and it contains only 23 chromosomes, which is the important part of the head, and there is no cytoplasm in the head, which is ovoid in shape. Neck is a constriction of 0.3 micron and it contains one centriole with two cylinders. One is placed transversely and the other is placed longitudinally. Body is about 4 microns and cylindrical in form. If you see the structure of this body, it consists from inside to outside, axial filaments, mitochondrial sheath, a little amount of cytoplasm and the cell membrane. Tail is about 40 microns long, contains from within outwards, axial filaments, fibrous sheath, thin film of cytoplasm and cell membrane. So this is the spermiogenesis diagram again. So formation of this spermatid to the spermatozoa. We have seen the structure of the spermatozoa also in detail. So the basic difference between the spermatogenesis and oogenesis, which is very interesting, the student should remember, is spermatogenesis starts at puberty. And when does it ends also is of dispute. We have not understood completely when does it stop. Oogenesis, in contrast, starts before birth and stops at menopause. And if you see this, cycles of spermatogenesis in seminiferous tubule and formation of abundant spermatids in each cycle is total contrast to the oogenesis, in which in each menstrual cycle only one secondary spermatocyte is formed. So these are the major differences between the spermatogenesis and oogenesis the student should appreciate. So we have covered in this class in detail about the spermatogenesis. With the next oogenesis in the next video, we will meet in the next video. Those who are not subscribed to the channel, do subscribe now. Keep watching the videos. Thank you.